Namaste, my captains, and welcome to the SUPERScope Weekly Report. My name is Christopher Witecki. I'm a modern mystic, and I'm also a soul biographer, and I'm here to help you put the pieces of your personal story together. Now, I personally believe that life is about prosperity and joy, and I believe that there are 12 steps to prosperity, and those 12 steps are embodied in the 12 human races, of which you know of one, Capricorn. You are a Capricorn, or you have a Capricorn rising, and that is actually the 8th step in astrology. You are a step 8 consciousness, which means you are all about making decisions on Earth. The Capricorns love to make the decisions. Now, making the decision is not the whole job. It's like you got to figure out stuff and research and da-da-da before you make the decision. So decision making is only one step of 12 steps to prosperity, but it's the step you enjoy most. And if you have a Capricorn rising or a step 8 rising, then you're a soul that likes to make the decisions even though you're a different sign. So those with Capricorn risings like to be in the decision seat. We need a lot of decision makers. The problem is have people been making decisions according to their heart, or have they been making decisions for security, remaining in control, remaining on top? That's where Capricorn energy can go wrong, where they're making decisions to stay on top and not what's best for their heart. And if it's what's best for your heart, it'll be what's best for others' hearts. All right? And there are more than one way to decide things. So this week, you are wrapping up your birthday period, which in fact is a change in the actions you take. What do I mean? Well, our ego is what changes during our birthday, and you are changing your ego. You are changing what defenses you have, what your personality is, your actions you take, which means that you've been probably put on the defensive in your birthday, you've been put on the defensive in your life. That's because the universe is giving you an opportunity to decide differently and take different actions, which will then change who you are. Because really a measure of any human being is the action they take. You can contemplate committing a crime, but until you commit it, you're not a criminal, right? You may think like a criminal, but that's not being a criminal, because you must actually commit a crime to be a criminal, right? Although you can be criminally minded, which usually makes you a good, mystery writer. So the point is this: what you act on is who you are, and Capricorns are making a personal commitment this week to act differently in certain situations. And the universe is going to throw a full moon in front of you on the railroad tracks to see if you get disrailed. Let's see. I don't think you guys will. Now, this all honestly starts in the beginning of the week with Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. The moon in Gemini will emotionally be stirring your reality, so you will be triggered in the moment. And really, you got to force a Capricorn to play, because they love to sit on that throne and they love to not like to make decisions, but you got to get in there and play. You got to get messy in the soccer field too. So the universe pushes you into play. You get a quantum shift, and that quantum shift is a new feeling of control. The control can feel different. It's a whole new way of feeling control. You can be in control because you have $1 million in your bank account. You can be in control because you're happy with the girl you love in the park, and you're like, man, this is perfect. I'm in total control of my bliss right now. My job, nothing is interrupting. So control is all in the mind. And infinity and eternity what's the word I'm looking for? What's that word? Purgatory. Purgatory is in the mind and can last forever if you decide. So you're going to have a quantum shift. And then moving a little bit further up in the week, on Wednesday, the moon moves into Cancer and now becomes full. So now you get really emotional in the middle of the week about your relationships, your marriage, your partnerships, the people have let you down, not let you down. And see, this emotion is more of a habit. You got to understand that sometimes the step 8s actually use their emotions as a way of getting what they want and controlling. So you live so solid and cool, and sometimes the only times a step 8 will cry is to get what they want. And you're like, what? So realize you do abuse emotion to get what you want, and every soul abuses emotion somewhere to get what they want. In your case, it's with relationships, just so you know. So that potential for abusing emotion on yourself, which is to give yourself a poor me pity party, that's where Capricorns abuse their emotions on themselves. They'll just be like, oh, it's like, really? Why are you being so heavy on yourself, step 8? Step out of it. You don't need to respond that way. It's you responding emotionally. It's that Capricorns sometimes think that they need as much emotional tantrum to meet the weight of the decision. You know what? That's all your decision to have to live that way. At the end of the day, the full moon will pull you into a lot of emotion. You can respond new, as in the new way and the way you knew it should have been all the way in your heart, but you're afraid to be, right? Just like a gay person knows they want to be with the same sex, and they knew all along, but they're afraid to decide for their heart what their heart wanted. So I think that you need to respond to what your heart knew it wanted all along, and you need to be daring and bold and make that be your final decision. Your final decision is on Friday. where on Friday, you're going to decide that you want to take different action. Now, you'll be feeling in your power because the moon will be in Leo, so you'll be feeling like royalty on the inside. And the only time a Capricorn feels like royalty is when they're in their heart. Otherwise, they're more of an empress, more of a dominatrix, more of a control. But if you're a queen, that means you're in your heart. You're feeling love for yourself and therefore all the people in your land. That goes true for men as well. So you're feeling like a king or queen on Friday, Saturday, and that allows you to make the merciful decision in your land. So this week you're discovering what you want to act on. You're going to decide what you want to act on. You're going to commit to what you want to act on, and you're going to go for what you want to act on Saturn Day, right? Coolios. So now let's look at the PLUR potential here. And really, I believe that these are 12 steps to prosperity, and prosperity comes from the PLUR potential. That is peace, love, unity, and respect in our life, starting with peace. Now, for inner peace, I think the Capricorns will be kind of flatline and blah. I don't think you're going to allow yourself to be excited or not excited. I think the moon in Gemini is going to make you very kind of crazy. The full moon will make you very kind of intense. The whole time it's going to be a little bit like bearing a storm, I think. So the inner peace will be blah, and the outer peace will be blah too. I don't think Capricorns will pretend to be happy or sad. They just will be. Now, looking at the inner love, I actually think the step 8s are loving themselves very well this week and feeling the love. I think your inner child is really intact. It's really about how you act or don't act with yourself. And I think in the outer verse, you're looking pretty happy too. So, you're looking peaceful, but as far as love, yeah, if I look in there, looks like those Capricorns are happy. Now with unity, I think Capricorns are feeling like Caesar. I think you feel super solid on the inside, but I also think you feel that way even when you're not. So I don't know. But I think in truth, the inner unity is strong with the goats right now looking at the planets, and you'll certainly feel that by the end of the week when the moon was into Leo, and really, you can feel that. In the outer verse, I think in unity, you're looking really cool, sunny and cool. Put on your suit, put on your Oscars dress because you are looking it. I think the universe is buying it. This is definitely the time during your birthday to dress up, put on that lipstick, and sign the contract because you were feeling that unity for sure. It is looking. Self-respect is at an all-time high, but it is your birthday, so I think you should take advantage of your self-respect right now. In the outer verse, though, some people don't know how to take it. For the Capricorns who've been not choosing from their heart, it's like that self-respect is almost like seeing the emperor with no clothes. On the other side, though, when we see the Capricorn super happy with heartfelt self-respect, I think we're also like to your respect as well, because I've seen Capricorns feeling really mopey and sad for a while. So I think this is a time where we're all like, okay, regardless. So I got a couple announcements that are important. One is that I will not be doing personal readings as of March 1st. So if you've wanted a personal reading with me, I've got the sale of a lifetime. You'll get an hour reading for $99, and I'll give you a 30-minute follow-up anytime good in this year. I'm going to be moving to a new business, but I will be doing horoscopes. Don't worry, I'm going to be on the air, but you'll see. One of them is coming up after this slide, but check it out if you want a personal reading. A lot of it is because I'm moving a lot of my efforts to GA Venus. GA Venus is basically it is an empowerment network for women, and it's a consumer protection agency for women. So GA Venus is here to help women step into their power, and it is going to have a free trial. So if you'd like to have a free trial of GA Venus, come on down. This is where I'm doing little micro readings. I'm moving into the micro reading business, and I'll be doing it all for the women for a while. Sorry, men. So if you're a man, you definitely want to get a reading right now with me. And then lastly, I want to invite you down to our new location for all content, soulmart.me. I've moved my horoscopes, Dear Zen, Astro 101, Magic Myths and Medicine with Master One Feather, introducing Carolyn Mayberry if you don't know her, and even some new shows coming out at soulmart.me. So you can buy stuff, you can watch stuff, it's all in one place. And Soul Garden is turning into a community for women. So we'll talk more on that later. Well, that's all I have for now, Captains. I look forward to working with you in the new year. Step in your heart. Make the decisions to act on your heart. Put down the stock market. Put down the security. Put down these things that the world has talked us into thinking are solid, because they're not. And step into one thing that is solid. That great big goat heart of yours. I'll see you in 7 days where we'll talk about 8 things. Until then, live, love, and let be.